Well, traveling around the world is once again getting more difficult. A growing list of countries are adding restrictions in light of the newly discovered Omicron variant. While it is not yet known if this variant is more dangerous than any previous iteration of COVID-19, health experts aren't taking any chances. Linda Ward is looking into this and has more. So, Linda, the United Kingdom has just announced new measures, and given its status as a global travel hub, these could impact a lot of people.
Yeah, these are things that travelers are going to want to pay attention to. The British Prime Minister just last hour announcing mandatory PCR tests for anyone entering the United Kingdom, and those travelers will have to self-isolate until they get a negative result. Will also require all contacts of anyone who tests positive for this new variant to self-isolate for 10 days, and they're ramping up the use of face masks in the UK, tightening up the rules in places like shops and on public transportation. Earlier today, the government announcing 2 cases of the Omicron variant in the UK related to travel in southern Africa. So they added 4 more countries to the red list, those lists of restricted countries. And Prime Minister Boris Johnson held a news conference in explaining just why these restrictions are necessary.
First, we need to slow down the seeding of this variant in our country. We need to buy time for our scientists to understand exactly what we're dealing with, and for us to get more people vaccinated, and above all, to get more people boosted.
Boosting the booster campaign, he said, giving people more boosters more quickly. The international reaction to this new variant, though, continues. Just now, we've got an alert. The U.S. CDC, the State Department, also issuing a do not travel warning for 8 southern African countries. So that just in now, too, Hillary.
And Linda, yesterday, Canada announced further restrictions. Take us through those as they stand right now. Of course, they could change.
Yeah, of course. And Canada joining sort of the many countries across the world slapping restrictions on some southern African countries over the past couple of days. So foreign nationals coming from the southern African region, the rules pretty simple. You just can't come into Canada. That includes 7 countries we're showing you here on this map. There are no direct flights between Canada and southern African countries. Now, if you're a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident who's been in or traveled through any of these 7 countries in the last 2 weeks, you're going to have to jump through some hoops. First, you'll have to take a COVID test at your connection point. Second, when you enter Canada, then you have to take another COVID test. And last, you have to quarantine at a hotel until that test comes back negative. Then you'll be allowed to go home and finish your 14-day quarantine at home. Also, anyone who has traveled in the last 14 days from any of these countries now being told to quarantine, get a COVID test. The government estimates that's about 700 people so far. The variant has not been detected here in Canada, but experts say, that doesn't mean that it's not here, especially when we are seeing cases being confirmed all over the world. So this list of restrictions and restricted countries is very likely to expand here in Canada as well, Hillary.
Okay, and of course, we'll keep an eye on all of that. Thanks so much, Linda.
You're welcome.